Shalom. This lesson is going to be called How to Dig Wells. Okay, this is going to be the first lesson. I don't know how many there are going to be in this series because there's so much information. But I can only go one word at a time, and we're probably going to break it down that way. We are going to be analyzing the first word of the Torah. Okay, what is the first word of the scriptures? And the answer is Genesis. Now, we wouldn't learn this in church, and we should have learned this in church when we were children, but we didn't. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that today. The word Genesis, everybody knows the word Genesis. As far as the breaking down of the word, it's very few and in between. The basic understanding of Genesis is beginning. If you ask anyone that goes to church or any scholar, and you ask them, what does Genesis mean? I would say 80% of people would say that it means beginning. But I would say 90 to 95% or even 98% of people wouldn't know that the other meaning of Genesis is also first fruit. And then when you get that understanding, we can actually start digging and we can start drinking that Torah water. We're going to see how long this video is based on the first word of the scriptures. I encourage you to pause the video at any moment to follow along. You can look this up in your Strong's Concordance dictionaries as well. I encourage that as well. We're going to be analyzing the word Bereshayat and breaking down each character and each word within the word to get a full circumference understanding of this word. Now, if you go to your Strong's Concordance dictionary, whichever one, you can find this word Bereshayat in Strong's Concordance number H7225. Okay, without further ado, we're going to be starting off with the first character. It's Ba. We're going to go ahead and break down Ba. It means in, within, among, into. Noting nearness, at, near, by, on, before, to, unto, upon, against, for. Of price and exchange, for, on account of, because of, with, by, through, in, or when, prefixed, in or when. Okay? Now we have that listed here. Let's review. Noting nearness. Okay? This is a house. Bayat is the pronunciation of this character. It means home, dwelling, house, in, with, among, nearness. Okay? Noting nearness, at, near, by, on, before, to, upon, against, for. When we read in the beginning of God's creating the heavens and the earth, and we look at this, we have a bird's eye view on what this actually means. Okay? The Most High created the firmament. It is our home. It is our dwelling. It is our house. Okay, let's keep going. So we have the first character out of the way, which is Ba. The second two letters, which is Bar, has another meaning too. Bar. Bar. And we can find this in Strong's Concordance number H1247. Bar means son and grandson. And I'm going to show you how this definition ties in with the over-encompassing understanding of Bereshayat. Bar, a son, so called from the idea of begetting. Kiss the son, Bar, in the signification of pure and chosen, under the root barar, and consider the king to be saluted by the name of chosen. Bakayar, Yahweh, or pure. We have Strong's Concordance number 1249, also for bar. It means chosen, beloved. Most beloved to her mother's darling, clear, pure. In the praises of the maiden, fair as the moon. Bara, pure and bright as the sun. Metaphor used in a moral sense. Bar labab, he who is pure of heart. Empty. In the beginning of God's creating of the earth, as we could see, the earth was astonishingly empty. As you can see, that this is how we dig wells. Okay, empty. So we broke down bar, and we broke down bar, and now we're going to break down beret. The first three characters, beret. Beret can be found in H1254. It means to cut, to carve out, to form, by cutting, to create, to produce. All right, let's look at it. To cut, to carve out, to form by cutting. Okay? The Most High carved out the earth and carved out the heavens. Okay? To create, to produce. All right? To beget, whence a son. Okay? To eat, to feed, to grow fat. Now, this is interesting because when God created man in his image, the Most High created vegetation for food for man. Think of it like this. When your wife is in the labor room and she gives birth to your son or daughter, the first thing that you do is you feed them so that they can grow fat. Not literally, but you know what I mean. So they can grow. In the creation of Adam, he had to be fed. Now let's break this down some more. Bar means son and grandson. Bare means to eat, to feed, to grow fat. He created Adam in the garden, and Adam was his son. His grandsons were Cain, Abel, and Seth. The first thing when a child is born in the delivery room, the first thing you do for that child is you feed them. Okay? Bare means to feed, to fatten, to grow, fat. It all ties in and goes hand in hand. It also means to be created, to be made, done, to be born, to form, to fashion, to make fat, to fatten. That's why we get to survive from the fat of the land. When the Most High created the firmament as well as the earth and the Garden of Eden, it was made fat with lush shrubbery, trees bearing fruit. Okay? And let's look at this one more time in the analytical. To create, to form, make, to be created, to be born, to cut down, to form, fashion. When we build a house or a dwelling place, we cut wooden planks for the beams. We cut wood to fashion the roof, fashion windows. Same thing with the Most High when he created the heavens and the earth. It was cut. Okay? To feed, to fatten, bar, a son, bar, son, grandson. The next word we're going to look at is resh. Okay? Resh is within the word of bereshayat. Resh. Resh is also pronounced as the 12th letter of the so-called Hebrew letter, okay, as a numerical value of 200. It denotes the head, from which the head turned back, comes from the figure of the Greek. Well, we're not dealing with that. And if you wish to follow along, you can find this word in Strong's Concordance H7220. Resh. Resh, head of men and animals. Head, chief, leader, chief of a family. When the Most High created Adam and Eve, Adam was supposed to be the chief of the family. Chief priest, high priest, chief city, metropolis. Okay? Bereshayat was the original definition for metropolis too. Headstone of the corner, highest joy, most precious spices, head, first, foremost, beginning. Okay, there goes that word again. Beginning, in the beginning of God's creating the heavens and the earth. Beginnings of streams, beginning of ways, crossways, first of the months, from the beginning. Whole number, capital, amount, sum. To take the sum. Body, band, company. Poisonous plant. This also makes sense if you think about it in the context of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Hemlock, the poppy, opium. Resh, head, sum, amount. Okay, beginning, the headstone. First, ancestors, the former things. Okay, this was the former thing. In the beginning, this was the former thing. Aforetime. Formerly, at the first. First fruit. Okay? A beginning, former time, former state. The first of its kind. In respect to time, rank, hence firstlings. The part about the head. What is at the head? Place of or about the head. At its head. And that's why the title of this video is How to Dig Wells. Okay? We're not through. We're not I think we might be halfway through. Again, first foremost, aforetime. So I'm just repeating and going over it again. So we have all those definitions for resh. Now let's move on. The next word we're going to analyze is esh. Just these two letters. Esh. Okay, esh. You can find it in 784, 785, 786, and 787. Let's start at 784. Esh. It means fire. Fire, fever. The fire of God. Lightings. The Most High created the firmament and the luminaries. Okay? The anger, the wrath of God is also applied to internal ardor of mind. Fire is used for war so that it could be consumed with fire. We have destruction, fire and burning, heat of the sun, splendor, brightness. Okay? And then we have foundations, which is also the earth. Okay? All right, we're going to look at it in the analytical. Esh, fire, used of lighting, of the sun, of anger, shining, brightness, stone of fire, glittering gems. Okay? The lights in the luminaries were also referred to as glittering gems. The hosts of heaven. Okay? Incense offering, burnt offering. That's why the Most High requires us for our first fruit. Because Genesis represents the first fruit. The earth and the heavens are the Most High's first fruit. Esh. Yesh. There is. There are. Okay, we got Esh out of the way. Now we're going to look at Shayat. We're going to cover this. That's a different word too. Shayat. Shayat. You can find this word in the Strong's Concordance of H7896. Shayat. To put. To place. To set. Okay. We also have to put, to set, to place. The Most High put the earth, and he set, and he placed it. Arrange, set in order. The Most High set in order the earth, the heavens, the firmament, the luminaries, the sun, the moon. To set selves, to constitute, to appoint. He appointed the luminaries. Also appointed man. To found. He founded the earth and the heavens. Yahweh founded the earth and the heavens. To set or appoint. Okay? To put or set. Thou hast placed. To place. To collect. Put together. To put together the earth. To compare. To make equal. To attribute. To impute. Blame to anyone. To cast forth. To put. To direct. To turn. That's interesting. To make. To render. The word render is very important because now there's a lot of talk about whether this is a computer simulation, if our human experience is a computer simulation. Well, in order to make a computer rendered or CGI film, you need to go into a computer and render three-dimensional images for CGI films. For example, Toy Story or whatever movie you can think of right now in theaters that use CGI. It's called rendering. The Most High rendered everything. That's a very important word. To make, to render. It's a scientific engineering word. Okay? To make or prepare for anyone. The Most High prepared the firmament, the heavens, the earth, the vegetation for us, for man, to be laid upon. Shayath again, and we can look at 7:8, 7:9. A thorn, thorns. A thorn hedge, as being so called from being set round gardens. Shayat, attire, dress. See, this Torah goes deep. You can drown in Torah water. And this is how you do it. Okay? Shayat, to put. I'm just going to reiterate it just to show you that we have different analytical lexicons. They say the same thing. to set in array, to set oneself in array, to constitute, to appoint, to lay, join hands, to lay the hand upon. The Most High laid his hand upon the firmament, the earth, the creation, the sun, the moon, the stars. To lay to heart, to regard, to put, to lay on, an ornament, to cast, throw, to lay up. Here goes that word again, to render. That's one of my favorite words. To give. The Most High gave us this habitation called earth, and it is his first fruit. That's why he requires us to give him our first fruit, because that's what he gave to us first in the beginning. Thorn. We saw that earlier. Okay, let's keep going. Now we're going to break down Yat. Y-T-H. Yat, it can be found in H34, H7. Yat, with pronoun, them. Yat, with pronoun, them. Yat actually means them. In the creation with them, or the creation of them. And it's all encompassing. The creation of man, because the Most High created man from the dust of the earth. The Most High created the earth, created the firmament, the luminaries, the stars, the sun, and the moon. He created them. And then we have one more breakdown. Okay? Reshayat, beginning, a former state, former times, the first of its kind. With regard to time, first fruits of my strength, firstborn, first fruits of things created by him. Genesis is the first fruit, the first fruits created by the Most High Yahweh. The first chief. So there you have it. This is how you dig wells. I encourage everyone to invest in some sort of lexicon, some sort of Tanakh with the language, and start digging. Okay, this is what makes life very interesting. This is more entertaining than watching Netflix. This is way more entertaining than... I just can't explain to you how entertaining this is. And not only that, you increase your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of what the scripture says. So if anyone tries to refute or tries to interject their false interpretation of the scriptures, we have this. There's nothing false about any of this breakdown. So, I'm going to be signing off. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, the God of Israel. Shalom.
You saw no form of any kind the day the Lord spoke to you in Horeb out of the fire. Therefore watch yourselves very carefully, so that you do not become corrupt and make for yourselves an idol, an image of any shape, an image of any shape, an image of any shape, whether formed like a man, whether formed like a man or a woman.